If I get married, I'd prefer to go to the courthouse and sign the papers, then use the saved wedding money for a month-long honeymoon. I don't see the appeal of spending tens of thousands on a big wedding ceremony. I'd rather use that money for an unforgettable honeymoon and have a small reception with family when we get home. OMFG yes. I never understood why everyone didn't do that instead. Weddings are such a scam, all that money for about 5 hours and a couple of photos. We got married in the courthouse 30 years ago but couldn't afford a honeymoon. Total cost $25. When we started making more money, we took several trips all over. Totally worth it. I encourage my single friends to do the same if they decide to get married. Agreed. I was watching a show the other day and these people were getting married and one of them mentioned they spent over $50,000 on their wedding. That blew my mind. I feel like you could throw a pretty badass party for $5,000, and then use the other $45,000 to pay off your bills for a few months and go travel the world. That's what we did. Took about 30 minutes of filling out forms, then about 15 minutes for the ceremony. Not a single regret. Maybe when we're older and more financially secure we'll have a little vow renewal thing. But that's not special. Same. I was shocked to see how much average Americans spend on their weddings, and I have no idea how some of them can afford it. I would much rather put that sum towards buying a new house or an expensive vacation. Wisdom. My wedding cost less than $3,000. We didn't go on a honeymoon, but we did buy a house. To each their own. Smiley. I agree. Big weddings are a recipe for disaster, never mind a waste of money. A small intimate ceremony is way more appealing, or, even better, save tons of money and stay single. Yes. Literally the only thing about marriage I'm not looking forward to is the wedding. Gonna be stressful AF with lots of money going down the drain. This is literally how I wanna start marriage. Big weddings make no sense to me, so much money and stress for 24 hours. And it's kinda just all for show. Most romantic thing to me is doing it just the two of you low-key. I dunno, I think it is personal. Me and my GF will have a wedding one day and it will probably cost over $10K. It probably will be outside, but with open bar, food, and the basics it will cost quite a bit still. We already travel together frequently, we already own a house. I guess we could buy stocks with the money and hold onto those for 30 years. It depends on your culture. Remember, with a lot of Europeans the expectation is the guests will be giving money as a gift, the wedding will more than pay for itself. You have the big family celebration and your honeymoon after, and everyone gets together for a good time. LOL, unless you own your own business, what job is gonna allow you to dip for a month? Only way I would agree is if I really wasn't that close with my friends and family. I dropped like 12 grand on my wedding and would never take it back. Those experiences and memories with all of those people I love all being together at once will never be forgotten. We still had a week-long honeymoon too. It was all worth it. I say splurge for your wedding if you can. My wife and I got married at the courthouse. The whole thing, including her dress, cost less than $100. We didn't go on a honeymoon, but we're able to put down a great down payment on our house. Yeah, I wish we'd done that. Our ceremony was perfect, and the weather was absolutely gorgeous. Other than that, just about everything that could go wrong did. I was super pissed off and really not in the mood to host a wedding by the time I walked down the aisle. We should have taken our parents out to dinner, gone on a longer honeymoon and used the rest of the money to finish various home improvements. I mean, we could afford what we spent, and I got everything on sale. We even bought the rings on sale, picked a venue with a lot of bang for our buck. It was more about the time and effort put into plan things, and then not enjoy the day at all. The memory of our wedding day is not a pleasant one. I have been keeping myself distracted on each anniversary, and we have a nice dinner. I'm hoping one of these years my rage will start to fade. To each their own. I was married in October surrounded by friends and family. It was a great unforgettable night. Wouldn't have changed a thing. It was followed by a great, unforgettable honeymoon which I also wouldn't change. If I had to pick one or the other, I'd have a wedding. We can go on a trip anytime, but your family and friends may/will not be around forever. Wife and I had a small wedding, catered it ourselves. I think the most expensive thing was her dress. Not an unpopular opinion. That's what I did many years ago. Small backyard wedding with a few friends and family. Honeymoon in Bali. I'm with you on that one. You can have a wedding and an amazing honeymoon, me and husband did. We had a smallish wedding with close friends and family and then went on a 3-5 week honeymoon, would have been longer if I could have gotten the time off. Our wedding guests gave us money which went to the honeymoon, so it worked out really well. A wedding can also be cheap too, it's your own preference and your partner too. Like if you're struggling or tight with money now, then you should be thinking about future finances and not focused putting a lot of money on a long-ass vacation. You'll be with your partner for a long time, hopefully, so it'd be better that you're going to live comfortable and be steady happy and not a month-long happy. I wanna wear a pretty dress, and have a party with my family and friends. It doesn't need to be very expensive, a grand or so will do. A wedding is what you make of it. We are having a small wedding of 50 to 75 people at a nice venue in a hotel downtown. It's not 5 figures all in. Then we can go on a little honeymoon and celebrate our 1 year at a really nice destination. A wedding ceremony is two becoming one and a celebration of the couple, more than just signing a paper. There's actually a scientific research that states that couples who do what you describe stay together the longest. I just say fuck marriage. Too much paperwork anyways. I used to think the same. In the end, family helped pay for a good wedding and we went on a 12-day honeymoon, and I will say, the honeymoon was amazing, but longer doesn't necessarily equals better, and nothing matches the magic that was in the air at the wedding. If it came down to one or the other, I would suggest to go for the wedding. Memories of the feeling of that day far outweigh the best vacations I've had.